hits. That would be a cute one, but instead the Vayne going to be taken away. And it might sort of indicate a potential Renekton pickup or something like that. There is still Gnar available, so maybe wanting to just go for the Gnar instead. Vayne has been picked into that as well, but we'll just have to see. Dr. Willie just going to be locking down a pick for life, and it looks like that is going to be the option here. The Rakan has found some success with the Nocturne, of course.
I like the Rakan just to follow up and layer the CC with some of these threats. Looks like it might just be the Sivir coming out on the other side. Pick that is pretty short-ranged, but obviously has some good safety tools, and the ult can kind of allow you to boost up your team speed, potentially disengage from DNS Supers trying to dive in.
Yep. And you also have the Jarvan on your side as well, so you're not too worried about being locked in place. Certainly find a bit of success here. You will be outranged in the earlier stages, as there is that blind Renekton that we were talking about. So the Dudu Gnar, probably something that we're going to see. At least that would be my expectation.
Seems pretty expected. I do like the Renekton into these sort of dive-focused compositions, because when you're going forward, targeting the carries, the Renekton just existing can be such a problem. The amount of damage he does to anyone diving in, especially when you have champions like Akali and Nocturne who aren't the tankiest. The Dominus and just his AoE is such a problem to deal with. We've also seen, even though Gnar is consistently picked into Renekton, and honestly does pretty well in terms of the game, the laning phase we've been seeing our Renektons do better.
Then they are going to be so fine moving into the later stages. The DN Supers feeling like they need to get their ducks in a row early. Let's get into it. Game number 2. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift 4, the second game of this series. The DN Supers just wanting to not lose 22 games in a row.
Yeah.
That's 21 right now.
And you know, honestly, with the matchups, obviously game 1, it was kind of guaranteed that T1 would have triple lanes of prio. They could end up with that in this game. It's just, I think there is more leniency for top and bot lane to fight it out. Obviously, Rakan into a range support. You are going to get harassed down, but you have the sustain, the Gleam and Quill. Jhin as well has some good pushing power. Mid lane, Faker is obviously going to be able to shove closer in. And top lane, I expect Doran to have priority. We have seen some Gnar's challenge. You can see a good trade there from Dokdam.
Yeah, managed just to find that 4th shot. Pays putting on the pressure back towards him. Ghost is the decision here for Pays, so Dokdam just using his barrier there. Doesn't need to worry about a barrier in response, but Pays will have that extra movement speed. Man, he's going to be running real fast in this game. Skwoza trading out pretty well. Of course, the former protege of Faker on T1. And we have seen this matchup go both ways. Obviously, it's going to always be hard for the Akali in the earlier stages, but can certainly make things happen as that Gunblade comes in, as level 6 is collected, and those all-in threats become a little bit more dangerous. But like you were saying, early game lane priority is going to be a little bit amiss here for the DN Supers.
And,
yeah, Dudu actually going in here as Doran in a bit of trouble, having to flash out of the way of the house that isn't a house with this particular skin, but I still want to call it that because it's very fun to do so.
Yeah, but if a mistake there from Doran, ends up losing the flash for it. Also note that Pays has gone Ghost here, not Barrier, so obviously a lot of strength and movement speed, especially when it comes to team fights, but in terms of laning pressure, don't have that extra trading power. We obviously saw Dokdam use his Barrier earlier to help out the trade. They are getting pushed in, they are getting harassed. Life hasn't found an angle to punish as of yet. And we'll see if he does find one going forward. Now with level 3, this is a point where I think the Rakan can start to threaten a bit more.
Yeah, Deadly Flourish being used to farm out the wave. Some really weird angles for buttons being pressed there as Pays throws a boomerang sideways and does some weird stuff as Keria is just going to walk towards Dokdam, and they're going to look for the kill, and it's just going to happen. Oh my goodness, that was the real Nico. And that was a little bit of the smoke and mirrors that Keria is known for.
Life has heal.
Well, he still has heal. Oh.
Yeah. Life goes to set up vision, and Keria using the heal to set up display. Dokdam holds his flash, thinks I can survive this. and then they think they can survive with the shielding coming through.
아, 나이스야.
Yeah, nicer indeed. Keria having a bit of a giggle.
What I find kind of frustrating about this is think how many times in lane we've had heal thrown out.
For no reason, yeah.
And just for like trading. And you have a real opportunity to just decisively save your AD carry there. And it's held. And now it's a kill lead for Pays in the bot lane.
And it's even worse, he's got Spellbook, man. He could have had another summoner spell pretty quickly.
Bit of a frustrating mistake. Obviously a great setup, great play from T1 there, but definitely could have been played better by the DN Supers.
Yeah, unfortunate, but not the end of the world just yet. The problem is that it is the DN Supers that need all the help they can get to find wins, as Keria continuing to be annoying. Stops closes back. Will be able to make his way out, no worries there, as Pyosik was chasing him down. DN Supers now with a little bit of an attempt onto Pays, but fantastic spell shield there on the grand entrance. Now the heal is going to be used. Nice work.
Able to disengage from that one, just burn the spell shield from Pays and the Ghost, but spell shield pretty low cooldown.
Yeah, Ghost as well, not the most massive of cooldowns either.
Time is taking a lot of damage.
Indeed. I don't know when it gets better here, Orcs. That's the thing that I'm worried about for the DN Supers.
Well, at least there's some team fighting threat if they can coordinate that with the Nocturne and the Akali and the Rakan. Level 6 of Pyosik will be a big game changer when T1's bot lane are playing this aggressive. You'd like to see something come from that. For now, though, they're going to set their sights on the Dragon. Pyosik going to try and pick that one up for free.
Yeah, just walks on over and starts hitting it. It is a Mountain Drake, so it's going to take a bit of time. But we'll see how he is going to do, getting through that one. Dudu, yeah, throws a rock at the cannon. We'll be able to lock that one down, as Closer is going to come on over and help his Nocturne out. As Life coming on in as well, but Oner is going to come down. And let's see whether this turn is going to be effective, as Pyosik in a fair bit of trouble here. And that is the steal on the Dragon as well. The Pyosik took about a year to try and take down. Keria going with some of the funny business, is now Faker with a dissonance, will be able to take down Life. And now it is 3-0, and the DN Supers haven't got anything yet.
Yeah, this one kind of, you know, credit to T1, of course, for going for this play for the punish, but DNS just, it felt like they kind of just gave up on the Dragon. You know, Pyosik was doing it so slowly. They see Oner coming, who's already level 6. He prioritized farming from Pyosik spending so much time on this Dragon, and Pyosik has flash, by the way, and just kind of sits in the Cataclysm and dies. Loses the Dragon, loses his life. Life is already chunked out and ends up going down to Faker.
Yeah, this is where he loses his life, actually.
This whole passage of play from DNS felt very lackluster. And it just kept, you know, I understand the want to get that early Dragon pickup, but going for a play like that, when you know it's going to take so long to take, you don't have the level 6 on Nocturne yet, you're just begging for T1 to contest you, inviting them in, and don't have the tools to deal with them when they do. And now you're already at such a deficit so early in the game.
And the thing that makes it feel even worse is that it's a Jhin just trying to survive in lane. But once you get out of lane, you're against a Sivir who's accelerated in your Jhin.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't get better. Oh, the double root to come through from Keria here. But there's not too much of a follow-up, as the 2v2 dive is a little dangerous.
We've honestly seen, I feel like, Neeko fall off a little bit generally in terms of teams just haven't had the same level of pressure. There's been like the Ezreal Neeko that struggled. But in this game, Keria is just putting so much pressure down, consistently landing these roots, consistently landing this damage, and kind of showing why Neeko was such a feared pick and at times was getting first rotation banned.
It was something that Keria was also at the forefront of when Neeko was having a heyday.
Yeah. So definitely playing the champion extremely well in this situation. And Duran has his flash back up after that early mishap. So now going to look to set up a play here. Life is going to find Oner or be found himself.
Yeah, he's just going to find himself with not a whole lot of his health bar, as Dudu needs to come on over and allow a battle dance, but it's not going to work. The spear just pierces through the Rakan. And Oner doesn't have Cataclysm anymore, but will be still able to get the flash out from Dudu. Now they will just reap the rewards of all of these plates. The minions will just perish as well underneath this turret. And the good news still not here. Finally, we do have Pyosik pressing that R button. We'll get the flash out from Pays, who just runs his way out of there. Curtains have been called. It's Pays just trying to get himself out. Does get the heal and avoids all of those bullets.
Yeah, able to dodge away there. Just have to bin both summoners to get out of that situation, but you'll absolutely take that. The Pyosik's first ult not really getting the value he wants.
Oh no. Oh, Ox. Heal was up.
Yeah, I was going to mention it. Heal was available when he died there.
I feel like could have been used a couple of times now where it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, you know, someone called Life.
Yeah. Well, Closer are going to get shockwaved. He will need to go back home because that's a lot of his health bar now missing. And this is, you know how we were talking about perfect game pace in the last game?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
we can talk about it again.
DNS are not on perfect game pace. They actually lost that a while ago. They didn't start the game with it, but it quickly disappeared. T1 have maintained it, though.
They have.
Impressively enough.
We're moving towards 10 minutes in this game as well. There has been one plate that DNS have been able to pick up. Pop Blossom on top of Dr. Arm here. As Keria just walking up to 2 people and feeling pretty happy about it.
Yeah, Dr. Arm doesn't flash there because there's no follow-up, no one with Keria to threaten, but nearly goes down to Keria himself. And Keria playing so aggressively here.
Look at him go. Oh my. If he had have stopped that recall as well, I would have called for a pause.
I would
just don't think it's very fair.
Jin has disconnected from the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, now Oner try to go for this play before onto the Gnar, but found a Rakan instead. This time, we'll find the Gnar.
Yep, there's the stun. Dominus comes through, and the Cataclysm, like every button's pressed, and down will go the mini Gnar. Nothing that Dudu can do there. So we will have a look at Oner versus Pyosik. Yeah, Oner certainly getting a whole lot more done in this early game.
Absolutely. And the expectation is, you know, Jarvan can have that early pressure, but it wasn't even pre-6. Post-6, Oner's continued to find this pressure, and Pyosik just hasn't really... He had that one ult bot lane, didn't get the value. Now you're 4,000 gold behind already. Where are you ulting? Because, you know, mid lane, it's a Catalyst, Orianna, not the easiest target, who keeps chunking out your Akali. Top lane, the Renekton with Flash does not seem like a good time. Bot lane is probably the easiest, if we're being honest. But last time they tried that, they only got the Summoners. They are still down, so maybe you try and kill the Sivir. But the longer you wait, the further this game is... Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Shockwave is going to get spell shielded by Pyosik, but life is just dead. Closer looking for a bit of an angle here, but Pyosik's just looking to escape. The DN Supers just can find nothing in this game. Keria, another phenomenal snare. There is the Twilight Shroud, so Closer will keep himself alive, but, I mean, it's defense at best here for the DN Supers, and T1 are just rolling over them in this one.
Yeah. I feel like this one, it's still early, but it just feels like DN Supers aren't able to find any real way in.
Well, Docton gets the jump on Pays. Loses the trade. Not really a whole lot of value there from the spell shield, but Oner is going to be taking down this Drake. That will be Dragon number 2 going their way. No Chemtech Soul this time around. We'll have a look at what that Soul is going to be. It's a Cloud. Heck yeah. T1, thank you very much. Always bringing the Clouds.
Cloud Soul with this composition as well is very scary.
Oh yeah. Pays was already running very, very fast, and now it is going to be even faster. On the hunt, plus Cloud Soul is just kind of ludicrous.
I think we've seen, you know, obviously... okay. We've seen... you know, Oner put the attention towards top lane. Oner put the attention as well just into finding members of DNS like Pyosik in the jungle. I feel like the mid lane matchup is one we haven't really laser focused on, but Fake has picked up some kills in these skirmishes and now has a substantial lead over Closer on this Orianna. I mean, everyone has a substantial lead, but his is actually the biggest in the game. Yeah. On this Orianna.
Slowly but surely, it's building up to be that monster in the late game, as the Orianna can certainly be. Wants to get that Seraphs together, but already does have the Rod of Ages. Don't even know whether we'll see it at 10 stacks, given how quickly this game has deteriorated. As Oner has found Closer one more time. Closer, obviously, with the Twilight Shroud available, should be able to walk his way out of there. Didn't even require it. There's now Doran shoving in towards this bottom side of the map. And just to check in on the things that DNS have been able to get this game, it's doubled. It's now 2 plates.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like 00 is 0.
Hey, that means that it's also quadrupled, if that's what you want to talk about, as now in goes Closer, looking for a bit of an angle here. The all-in onto Faker, as Faker will at least flash away, and the backflip doesn't land, and Faker will stay alive. That is everything invested there for Closer, but just not quite able to get there.
Yeah, close, but unfortunately, Faker just able to be tanky enough and dodge that final shuriken. The gunblade from Closer, a big spike, and a great angle to look for the all-in, but just isn't able to pull it off. And now this mid tower, I think, might just be gonzo.
Yeah, that one's gonna blow up for sure. That'll be first turret going over to T1. That's almost like a 6.5k gold lead, 6k. Yeah, that is big money that they have collected for themselves.
You know, I feel like this is on me, because after game 1, I kind of set up the, maybe game 2 is going to be a circus, and sometimes the teams do just love proving me wrong.
Yeah. It can't always be your incredible Life Esports prediction, you know?
True.
Sometimes the caster curse has to reign supreme.
At least I will acknowledge it.
Indeed, and you have to. Like, understanding that the caster curses are real is the first part to becoming not fired here in the LCK.
True, because the person who got fired recently wasn't a believer in the caster curse.
Indeed.
So
we get rid of the caster curse deniers here.
Correlation, causation, and all that.
I am all about the outcome-focused assessment, as I've been taught.
It's so evergreen.
Indeed. What is also evergreen is T1's ability to keep winning in this game. That is only... The winning has become more winning, and which has bred more winning, and then they have won more. That's kind of what's happened in this game.
But they do have the bread. They have the green as well, in terms of the gold they have.
Yeah.
Well, looking for Faker.
They might be able to get him. No flash here on this Orianna. He was running relatively quickly, but that is the end of the perfect game, ladies and gentlemen. Closer will be able to finally find his mark, as Oner just takes the Eye of the Herald and will be able to wander his way out. Doran is also going to collect an outer turret in the bottom lane. So yeah, it is kind of Faker for all of their stuff, as Oner will get exhausted, finds a Cataclysm, just puts them in the pen, and gets rid of them. Wants to be able to steal away his own blue buff with a flag. That would have been very embarrassing.
Yeah, so although, I mean, it's good that DNS got the kill, they got on the scoreboard. Unfortunately, losing that tower in the bot lane, losing the Herald, you can't say that they were probably going to lose those things anyway, but still does not feel great for them to get this one kill in return for all that. The fear comes out from Pyosik, and he gets ahead of Faker to send him backwards into the rest of his team. This comp is good at getting these picks. If you find someone isolated, you can easily pick them up, especially when Faker has no flash. My problem is that one pick isn't going to drastically change things.
Having a look at the replay here, Doctor needed to flash because a Sivir walked at him.
I mean, Sivir does tend to walk very fast after hitting you.
Yeah.
So was it, I'd say, a bit more like the power walking.
That's true.
Like, you know, the Malcolm in the Middle episode where Hal gets into power walking.
He really had good form.
He did.
Yeah, I studied that. I remember. I liked that episode. I'm also a bit of a power walking connoisseur. You really got to get those hips moving.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't get the extra speed.
Make sure you don't do a little hop. Don't take
no. If you got 2 feet off the ground, then you are immediately disqualified.
That's running.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. Even if you're just doing it alone, you'll know that you've been disqualified, okay?
Not being true to yourself.
Exactly.
Or the sport that is power walking.
We all know that we are our harshest critic. And so we can't do that to ourselves. As yeah, this is a really dire situation here in this game. I have a feeling that DNS might be moving to 11 losses in a row. I think that might be happening here. As it's a 7,000 gold lead, 17 minutes into the game. We have Cloud Drake taken here by T1 as well. And so they will be able to, like, they could have used a Battle Herald, but there was just no real battle to be had. So Shelly is just going to wander down this mid lane. And we're setting up a siege with a Sivir, and it's working. As they do pilot Shelly forward. That is going to be Oner going a little deep, but there's Keria finding the Pop Blossom into the Shockwave, and it eliminates everyone. Pujik trying to get something done. Dudu there as well, but Closer is likely to die. Faker with a big old shield, keeping himself alive, and Dudu is gonna die as a result. They're gonna break the base at 18.5 minutes. Oh my goodness, just give Keria the palm.
Oner starts the fight, but Keria just slides in and gets the Shockwave combo. You know, I think they were expecting just a siege to come in and tower hit. Oner flies forward, and then Keria bounces off the Cataclysm, and then goes in for this triple ult into Shockwave combo.
My goodness.
Absolute decimation. And then the solo laners of DNS try to clean up the chaos, but unfortunately aren't really able to achieve much.
Doran is gigantic in this game as well. Able to tank up so much, 2,500 gold ahead. Doesn't have the largest lead in the game though. That belongs to Pays, who is getting towards item number 3 pretty quickly. And you've got Doctarm with the saddest of slingshots. It's a scoped slingshot though, Ox, which I think is a better one.
That would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
You can imagine someone putting a scope in this. How would you even get that on your slingshot without like blocking the sling?
It would be hard to operate.
You'd have to like side mount the scope or something.
Or it's like it turns it into a diamond shape and it's at the top.
Oh yeah.
But then how do you look through it?
Oh yeah, true. If you had, yeah, and then you, above. Yeah, I could see that.
You need like a periscope though, so that you can still do it to the side. Otherwise, it has to go into your head if you're ever going to look at it, and it'd be too far away. Unless it's really long, kind of like a pirate's telescope, you know? You're looking out of the crow's nest with your scoped slingshot.
You know, I feel like these are the sort of things David considered in that long ago battle, and considering this matchup is kind of going that direction, maybe they need to be having this discussion for DNS.
Yeah.
Is how to optimize their slingshots.
At least now Doctarm has turned it into a gun, so we just kind of know where it goes when it comes to a gun. Don't really need to talk about it as Doctarm is going to be heading towards the Death Chamber perhaps, as Oner goes in once again. Life with the defense. Oh dear. I
feel like this often happens where when you're so far behind, the Rakan goes in and it's like, please someone help me get out, and no one wants to walk near.
Nope.
So he just dies. Life.
Well, here's the re-engage. All right, Pop Blossom used defensively here, but Keria will be taken out. The curtains have been called. The T1 are just going to wait it out, and they will lose their third champion of the game. This is a very early part of the game to be sieging inhibitor turrets, right? So it is a little dangerous for T1 in this one. Minute and a half on the Dragon, as Doran does have to flash to get out of the way of that deadly flourish. Hayes completes the Mortal Reminder though. He has a full armor penetration item.
I don't think they needed Reminder. I think DNS are very aware of their mortality at this point.
Yeah.
It is Doctarm getting trapped in the Cataclysm, and then this is the sad moment where Life is like, please help me, and Doctarm's like, I'm sorry, you're on your own. They go for this turnaround play, and they do manage to explode Keria pretty quickly, but unable to really find too much more on the back of the play. And that's kind of the problem, is that you can see DNS's composition, what it wants to do. You can see them get these occasional picks, but they are just not really capable of finding much more in terms of the team fight. It's a 10,500 gold deficit right now.
And it's 30 seconds away from this Cloud Soul as well. 21 and 50 seconds into this game, as Dudu taking a fair bit of damage here, but going to be able to get towards his inner turret and will be somewhat safe for now. Oner is on the top side of the map. Looks like T1 are a little bit more focused on the Baron at this point in time.
I think secure and control the Baron, just making sure that DNS aren't going to try and
2 Groms!
Shenanigans there.
What does it mean? Oh, Keria's going back to his people. He's going back to his people. Go, go, go. There we go.
Wait, he's trying to line up. He's trying to line up.
There we go.
Wait, is that
Spaghetti Code?
Is that a visual bug?
Spaghetti Code? All right, he finds the Pop Blossom onto 3. Oh no, it worked, ladies and gentlemen. He will get taken out. But still, 2 on the floor here for the DN Supers as Doran dashing around like a maniac. Will get, okay, Cataclysm comes through and down will go Closer. That will be the final kill in this fight. I cannot believe that that worked.
I can just imagine the comms in that moment. Hey guys, have you seen this Grump?
Yeah,
really funny
looks
looking.
so weird, man.
Oh my god.
And we knew exactly what he was going to do. I thought that there was no chance that that was going to work. As you can see, Keria is there.
I think
Yoshik just walked up.
Yoshik figured it out and went, wait, this is this is their support, and attacked it, and then they just immediately got flattened.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
나 두꺼비를 숨어 있을게.
Okay, let's see it from Keria's perspective. That's all right. Okay, there we go.
여기
In position.
봐줄래? 여기 봐줄래?
Now gets the ward over. They see the ward go down, and at least Doctor flashes. He's just laughing,
I just really want to know at what point they noticed.
All right. I mean, at least we do have the fun little moment in the game that it's been over for about, maybe like an hour. It's all right. Faker with the dissonance will be able to take down Dudu here. As now Closer looking for a bit of an angle. It's the Pop Blossom onto Pyoshik though, who just doesn't really have a way out. He tries to turn off the lights, but it's his lights that do go out in the end. And now we'll have T1 marching towards the enemy Nexus. Bit of fun towards the end there, but honestly, this was utter demolition. Back-to-back games here for T1, continuing their warpath here in the LCK, really tidying up the play from earlier stages. Obviously, they did lose that game against HLE, but it was pretty close. And I imagine they'll be meeting each other in the Legend group as well. Happy birthday also to Faker, who did turn 30 yesterday, and will be able to celebrate with a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, pretty crushing win from T1 in this one. No shenanigans really